trust.
Today let us continue our meditation with Pope Benedict from his journey to Easter. He's focusing on the image of Abraham's dream. And through this interpretation, he invites us to see, to ponder the mystery of God, how and why he commits himself to the covenant at the price of risking his own life in the Son. The Pope writes in chapter 8, "There comes now a more obscure aspect and one which is more important. Our text says that when the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell on Abraham. The word used here for deep sleep is the same word employed in the creation story, when God created the woman from Adam's rib while he was asleep. This word, tardema, gives the meaning of a sleep out of the ordinary, a sleep out of the ordinary, a becoming deaf to all surrounding, everyday things, a drop down through the levels of being, and reaching that depth where one arrives at the ground of being, touches the ultimate center of reality, God. At this mysterious depth, Abraham sees something strange and stirring, something like a furnace and a blazing torch passing between the halves of the animals, something like a furnace and a blazing torch passing between the halves of the animals. Furnace and fire are representations of the mystery of the invisible God. The furnace and the torch are in reality fire subdued and at the same time dangerous. Thus is expressed the inexpressible mystery of God, which is at the same time order, discipline, and supreme power. The representation of God, his mysterious presence, passes between the halves of the animals in Abraham's dream. This says to us, God too follows the rite of promise. He too stakes his life and his fullness on the covenant. He too will claim to be prepared to give his life for the covenant. He too engages himself and his life to cement irrevocable loyalty to the covenant. The Pope stresses that at first sight, from a philosophical standpoint, this fact seems simply absurd. How could God suffer, die, bind his fate to the covenant with man, with Abraham? And the Pope answers, the bleeding head, crowned with a wreath of thorns, the crucified Lord is the answer. The Son of God has borne to curse, the Son of Man has borne the curse of that broken promise, the broken promise of the children of Abraham. Thus, the unthinkable and unimaginable is realized. For God, man is so important as to be worthy of his own passion, as to be worthy of his own suffering. God offers the price of his fidelity in the incarnate Son, who gives his own life. He accepts to be cut to pieces, to be slain like those animals, when in the final passion of Good Friday, the body of the Son will be snatched away from the hand of God and given into the hands of death. God takes man seriously. He joins himself in a covenant with us, and in the Eucharist, the fruit of the cross, gives his life into our hands day after day.